Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a special live stream with myself and the wonderful Randi Hipper.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I know we were all just in my chat. Now we're in this chat, so I'm excited.
Dave Tech will be on next week because I did have something set up with him, but due to unforeseen circumstances, he's now on next week, and we've got Randi, and we're going to be talking about something that's, to me and Randi, it's quite close to our hearts actually. Both me and Randi are black sheep of the family. Now, just before we get into all of that, just releasing our anger, because we are going to release anger today. We all love it when Randi starts having a little Randi runt. Okay, let me just quickly check who's in the chat. So we've got Mike. Welcome, Mike. I hope you're well. And I think we had John Legend as well, because you guys were talking to each other. We've got Dave Digital, and then we've got All Set. We've got Peace of My Mind. Welcome. I do apologize for the camera quality and all the rest of it. I know Randi's been moving, but I've had to do several things with my setup because a family member needed to borrow it. And guess what? They don't return it, do they? So like today, it's just like really poor camera quality. We've got the lovely Fritz, our lovely Irishman. We've got oh my God, Doge Ball, how are you? We've got True, welcome True, and we've got the lovely Bullduck. Bullduck's been helping around the Discord. We do talk a lot. Girlies do talk. It's a shame that I wasn't allowed to go to America because we were going to have so much fun at the Bitcoin conference, but next time.
Next time for sure.
And then we've got the lovely John Legend. You guys are talking amongst yourselves. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, Randi's lovely. Oh, and then we've got Betty. Haven Pack, welcome to you. And we've got the lovely Black Hat team, who's like a Bitcoin maxi, to both of us, a Bitcoin bestie to both of us. So helpful.
Yes.
How's life across the pond? It's just going. You can ask Lauren. Lauren's a fellow Brit. Thankfully, the weather has died down, but I think we're going to get another heat wave, which is horrible because I don't do heat, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, that I relate to 100%. Yeah, that's it right there.
So True knows this. You know, I'm sure some family members thinks they're avoiding talking to me because I've been talking crypto for years. Oh yes, we know that. Oh, and we had Trader G. Oh, we were trolling Trader G, weren't we, earlier today? So for those people who don't know, Trader G is another YouTuber, and I think he's got the hots for Randi. I mean, who wouldn't have the hots for Randi? If I was a boy, I might have the hots for Randi. Randi's amazing.
You're hysterical.
And we've got Doom. Oh my God, Doom, how are you? I think this is the first time you've been on one of my live streams. I know Doom from way back. We've got David P. I hope you're well. And David, we got sorry, Dave P. and then David. I do apologize. Good day to you as well. Princess maybe speak an American accent and Randi speak an English accent. So fun. Oh, I don't know if I could do an American accent. Could you do English, Randi?
Not really.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We've got Bob Miner. Oh, I can't even think. You know what? My head's gone My head has gone blank. I can't even think of the American accent now. No, I can't. Oh my gosh. Oh, smash like Randy, so lovely. I don't know, what does IFD mean?
I think it's a typo, just if.
Oh, okay. I was only 40 years younger. I would have a go at Randy as well. Oh gosh, okay. Oh, we got Poman in the chat. Oh my god, Poman's so lovely. I hope Mrs. Poman joins us soon as well. Okay, awesome. So Randy, if we just talk about the difficulties that we have being the black sheep in the family when it comes to cryptocurrency. I know with your family as well. However, we've got Wayne C, another Brit. Oh my god, I do love my Brits. So Randy, I know in your family, from both sides, they're actually quite wealthy. But then you've got your sister and your dad into crypto. So is it just the three of you in crypto?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, so it's almost a little complicated. Like, I don't really know my dad's side of the family that much. And then I know some of like my mom's side. That's who I really like grew up with and was close with. And so one of my uncles, he was buying Bitcoin, I guess, because like we told him about it like since like 2016, 2017. And basically, like he bought, he sold, and I think he regretted it. So he built up like some sort of resentment towards me. And so when I first started Miss Tina Crypto, I was actually filming a lot of my videos in their backyard because I didn't have a backyard. I was like in a really horrible, ugly apartment. And so I was just like, you know what? Like, let me just use like my family's backyard. Like, they're not going to care.
Mhm.
Well, apparently they cared. And so my uncle was telling me, like, oh, yeah, Bitcoin. And this was around when Bitcoin was starting to bounce back. It was like between 7 and 10K. And he was telling me, oh, Bitcoin's never going to 20 again. Bitcoin's never hitting $50,000. And I said, it's guaranteed hitting 100,000 one day. He goes, absolutely not. He goes, if it hits 50,000, you're selling. And I said, absolutely not. I said, just wait and see. And so he started screaming at me. So I had to like walk away. And there's been many instances where like my family has like literally we had blowouts where they would just like scream at me. It'd be a lot of back and forth, like where I was just trying to tell them like, hey man, like I care about you and I'm just trying to help you. But when you tell people that have money that they're like what they've grown up on and what they're trying to stash away, like a lot of people have big safes in their basement or throughout the house or buried it under their lawn, I don't freaking know. But when you tell them that their money that they've been working for, that their whole like that got passed down to them is going to be worthless one day possibly, and also that fiat money and in general is designed to fail, like that scares them. And when you tell them about like a new thing like Bitcoin, well, new to them at least, then they get upset. And it's kind of like, oh, you're telling me like my money is
Mhm.
worthless but your money is real. Like it's not real. And that's what like a lot of people just have like this whole like, you know, I guess like static with Bitcoin. It's just that like you're telling them that, you know, everything's about to change, but not in a bad way either, because I worded it like, okay, instead of having that big safe in your basement, why don't you go ahead and have a hardware wallet that you can easily hide the phrases. So if someone breaks into your house, like you're not as much in a physical risk. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I've been called a lot of names. I've been called like, you know, someone in my family called me an anarchist. They said I was anti-establishment. They said I should go march in the streets with a certain terrorist group because I was just like them. And because of my beliefs as well, and like, you know, not giving into mass hysteria, not giving into the fake news, that I was also called a conspiracy theorist. But everything that like I told them did end up coming to light. Like everything I told them turned out to be truth, but I just told them the truth before the mainstream knew that the truth was there. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Just quickly, what year roughly are we talking about? Because I think you got in 2020, didn't you? You started Miss
So
Crypto.
yeah, I started missing crypto in 2020. So that's when all these blowouts were happening, was between 2020 and 2021. And so it came to a point where I started to not get like invited to family functions, and I was just like kind of like straight up the outcast. And so when I was like, it was a pivotal time for me as well, because when I started Miss Teen Crypto, I was ending my junior year, my third year of high school. And so I was going into my senior year of high school. And so a lot of people were like, oh, you're not going to go to college. Because when you're a junior, I don't know how it is by you, but over in the States, like once you're a sophomore going into junior year, and even in junior year, you have to be applying for colleges already. You're only halfway through high school. You have to pick your major. You have to apply to college, take the SATs and all of that. So I was doing that. I was on that track. I actually got almost a full scholarship. I think it was like a 90% scholarship to a really good school. And I had like basically like my all 4 years average was like a 97. So like I was like top tier nerd and I loved school. But when I made the decision of saying, you know what, I'm going to go and put myself in this industry where there's no women, no people my age, and I'm just going to try to make it here and go full time, because I saw the support from the community. They all told me I was crazy. They said because I wasn't going to college that my life was over. I'd be a waste. Every time I went over, oh, so no college, no college. But then I would ask my cousins and say, what's your plan after 4 years of college? Oh, it's not about me and my plan. What's your plan? And now 4 or 5 years later, after working in crypto, I see that, maybe my relatives and my cousins didn't, use their college degree. They ended up working, some of them, for their parents. And so the other ones will probably end up doing the same and working for mommy and daddy. And I said, you know what? Like, I don't want to do that. My family didn't really help me. They don't I've tried to send them when I first started going on Fox and stuff like that. They didn't really care. They don't really talk to me. And so, that's kind of like none of them care. And I feel like that's also fine, because they also know that I've mentioned like, oh yeah, my family this, my family that on social media. And they try to be like, oh, why are you talking about it? Like, I didn't mention your name. But like, obviously they feel something in there because they know they were wrong. Will I ever get an apology from them? No. But it's kind of the way it is. And I don't really care anymore, because I have people that are really my family in this chat right now. And you.
Oh my God. Oh, I love you, Randy. I didn't know you had it so bad. That's actually really shocking.
Oh, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. I remember when I, like, the last day I went to go see family before I left New York, I remember I was sitting in the middle of the table. People surrounding me. Half of them didn't show up, over half of them, but we're all sitting at a table. Everyone's talking to each other. No one's talking to me when the whole like lunch or dinner was, because I was leaving New York, and no one cared. Like, I was literally sitting there, like, everyone's talking around me. And then one person asked me a question. I started to answer the question. They didn't care. And then I remember bringing up, because they were asking, someone asked me about something. I was like, oh yeah, I was on Fox recently. So I tried to show it to them. And then one of my family members was like, oh yeah, this baseball game is live right now. Let's go watch it. And I was like, oh, because they were being really petty because they didn't like what I did. So they were like, oh yeah, this person's live playing baseball. Let's go watch them. Like, during the 2 minutes I got to talk that entire time. So I started to get frustrated. I look at my sister and I was like, no, we're out of here. So I was so frustrated, and like, I didn't show that I was frustrated, but you could probably read my face. And I just said to them, I was like, as they were going to like watch this live stream, I was just like so fed up. And I was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being ignored. And like, if this is the last time they're going to see me for God knows how long, and they're literally not even looking at me, it's time to go. So I give them a hug and everything. And I was like, I'm out of here. And as I'm leaving, because they were like, oh, you sure you don't want a ride home? And I'm like, no, I'll walk. So me and Emma are walking, and, we're just like dumbfounded by what just happened. And then I get a text message. Hey, Randy, you looked upset before you left. You good? Bro, what? Now you're asking me if I'm good? I was just in front of you 5 minutes ago. So it's just like the blatant not caring, the blatant just it was just so rude. And I just like felt like I would never, if I have a family one day, like, I'm never doing that to my family. Even if they're doing something I don't necessarily agree with, be happy for them if they're happy and move on. Like, I just don't get it. Like, not once did my family ever ask me, are you happy doing what you're doing? Not once. Not once. And I even brought that up to them. They're like, oh, money this, money that. And I said, it takes time to build a business, but did you ask if I'm happy? Do you care if I'm happy doing this? And then they just like kind of got quiet because what are they going to say? They don't care about my happiness. They just care about the money that could go into my pocket, which again doesn't matter to them either. So it was just wrong. Like it was just so wrong. So yeah, never
That
again.
is so painful. That's so painful. Let's just quickly touch upon your father, because your father wasn't as rich as his siblings. And then obviously we'll touch upon Emma in a minute as well, your sister Emma. But your father wasn't as rich as your siblings. So how do they view him? And then obviously they saw his problem children as well.
Well, my dad, like, he's not like really close with any of his family, so like I don't really know his family. But like he obviously like on my mom's side, like none, like it was just like they didn't really like care for him. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, rah rah rah, such a bad person. Like they just didn't really care for it. And then that's pretty much it. So I was always viewed like even when I was little as the black sheep, and that kind of goes back to like a lot of personal things and like, my mom, my dad, and like all the drama that happened between them and my family. And I feel like it was almost kind of taken out on my sister and I when we literally had nothing to do with it. We were just kids. So that's really all I got to say on that because it's just so stupid.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just, yeah, like me as a child should not have been
No.
kind of given shade over things that had nothing to do with me. So
Gosh, Randy, I didn't actually know how bad it was. I knew you had it bad because obviously we've done your crypto interview. When you actually came into crypto as well, although that you had a lot of people supporting you, not everybody was supported, and it was especially the women who turned against you. That's a double whammy.
oh
So
yeah,
obviously, when I see a woman in crypto, I'm automatically drawn to her. How
me
did you
too.
feel not only getting attacked at home, but then getting attacked by these women?
Honestly, the social media thing didn't really bother me, especially because I feel like, that's why I always believe in divine timing and like everything happening to you for a reason. Because when I was in high school, I was like a little bit heavier. I had acne and, I was just the nerd. So I actually had to transfer out of one high school and go to another one where I got bullied horribly at both. But the first one was really brutal. Like I was getting physically threatened and all of that. So I had to leave. And so I was just like, you know, a lot of girls that I even went to like middle school with going into high school, they kind of like betrayed me in a way, where they kind of just like helped make up rumors about me. There were girls with like Finstas or like there were fake Instagrams that were just like trolling me on there and like putting up pictures of like someone that's like really like, maybe obese or whatever and saying like, girls like this talk the most smack and it's like relating it to me, and just like just a bunch of things that happened to me that were just straight up brutal, like getting just no caller ID still to this day, people trying to make fun of me. And so I was just like, you know what, like I don't really care anymore. There was just a moment where I turned that off in my head. And so I just kind of moved on. And then when I saw like these grown women, I was like, oh, I expect this from like 17-year-olds, but like
Mhm.
30 something year old women coming after a 17-year-old girl, like that's just low. And so I just kind of ignored them, moved on, only said like one statement on my Twitter that was just like, I'm the only person that runs my account, like leave me alone. And just kind of moved on. I ended up getting apologies from some of them. So it's not like the worst thing in the world that happened. I think they probably thought I wasn't real, which was like the most controversial thing when I started my socials, was people thought it wasn't me posting. People thought I was forced to post, which is ridiculous. Like I'm 17 years old. You can't force a kid or a teenager or a growing woman to do videos for crypto. Like that is ridiculous. But now I'm 22 and I don't really care. So it's just like I got my apologies. And it is what it is. But was it hard to go through it? Yeah. Was I getting like, you know, smack thrown at me in every direction, yeah. But it comes to a point where, you know what, like you have to say to yourself, like, you know what, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm talking about, and this is the path made for me. Like everyone's path is made for them already. You just have to like be aligned with that path. And so I felt like I was aligned with the path, and I kept saying, you know, if I am aligned, let me know. And I keep getting signs that I am aligned with the path. So I'm just going to trust it, and keep going no matter what's thrown at me.
Mhm, mhm. And then also you had Emma, you know, your
Yeah.
younger sister who you were obviously overprotective of, and you had all of these people coming at you, and then obviously Emma wanted to get into the social media side of it as well. What sort of advice did you give to Emma? How did you look after Emma as a whole, actually?
You know, Emma and I, like, you know, we were really close when we were younger too. I know she's not like, you know, living in the same state as me anymore, so things are a little bit different. But, you know, like I've always been very protective of Emma. Like Emma's like my child, in a lot of ways. And so like even when, it goes back to when we were like babies and very horrible things happened to us, and I try to shield her from all of that. And so when she wanted to like join social media, like her handle's Emma Coiner. You could go look her up right now. Like she posts, but she's not really like as deep into content as me. So I think she's doing fine the way she is. And you know, if she ever wants to do anything, God bless her. So, that's pretty
Yeah.
much what I think about it.
Okay, I know you've got to go because I know you're fasting. Just
It's all good.
quickly, so
We could
just
chat for a little bit longer.
oh, okay, awesome. Um, so you've had a very difficult time. In fact, I'm actually really surprised. I knew, about this beforehand, but this is like next level. You didn't really have much support from family. You had your dad, you had Emma. That was about it. You literally had two people. You came in to, help other people, help other youngsters, just like yourself. But again, you started to get bullied by grown women. You achieved so much. I mean, you went on to Fox News, and nobody gave a at home. Nobody really cared. That is absolutely awful. I'm so glad that you've got so many people who love you in this space. I absolutely love you. We get on really, really well. Just very quickly, shout out to all the newbies who have joined the chat. Rob C, Fairground, Alexander G, Army Piper, Alex O, Ian. Can't remember the rest. I do apologize. Everyone, I did try to put everyone on the screen. Just very quickly, if Alex O or anybody else was coming in to see David Tech, we're having the live stream next week. Tell me about how things have changed now that Bitcoin hit the 100,000 mark, the psychological level. President Trump, he ran on crypto. He got in. We have our first president in America who endorses crypto. His whole family is like deep into crypto. A huge amount of legitimacy has been added to crypto. We had the ETFs and all the rest of it. You were going on the right track. How do they feel about that? Do they say anything?
Oh, no. Especially now that, like, they were telling me Bitcoin's never gonna hit 50K again, and it's at $100,000. Yeah, they're not gonna talk to me. I haven't heard from my family in a long time. I think they texted me like happy birthday in February. But that was just about it. Like no one really asked me, like, because especially things happened in January and December, like family wise, where, just things went a little sour over here. It's been a very hard year for me. But, like other than that, like that's the only reason they reached out, to kind of know my business and whatever. And, so yeah, no one cares. No one has asked me about, my move. No one has asked me if I'm okay. Like I'm literally down here with no family. I have some friends that are basically my family now. But yeah, like I'm basically kind of like a lone wolf at the moment. And that's okay to me because you know what? Like everything happens for a reason. And right now, like I'm being taught how to like be out in the world and like claim my independence and just do what I need to do. So I'm very bullish on crypto in general. I'm bullish on everybody's journey because I know I'm not the only one that has gone through a lot of stuff, especially like, kind of being excluded from a certain group of people because you're into crypto. Like I even kind of almost got fired and let go from my first job because I was in crypto as well. So that was just ridiculous. I've just gotten, smack on every end of everything I've ever done. My whole life, and I was actually just talking to somebody about this, my whole life has been survival. Like as long as I can
Mm.
remember, I've just been fighting to survive. And I'm not ashamed to say that either, because at least I know, like when I look at my new place right now, that like I put a lot of this together with my bare hands. I grinded my heart out and have such a wonderful family in this chat that has gotten me to where I'm at. And like family isn't blood. It's really not. Like you choose your family. And sometimes like you don't get to choose the blood relation, but you get to choose who you're close with and who like, you allow in your life. And I'm so grateful that there are people that genuinely like get to know me and they care about me and I care about them so deeply. And it just makes me emotional. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I never thought people would care about me, like ever. I never thought that people would like listen to me. I never thought that people would even like, would notice if I was around or not. And, getting into crypto and seeing, all these lovely people that, are part of my daily routine and I'm part of their daily routine. It's just, it's mind blowing 5 years later, what has happened. And I just can't, I always say at the end of my show every day, I'm so grateful and I appreciate them and I genuinely mean it. And I just don't know how else to express it, other than, just showing up every day. That's pretty much it.
Just very quickly, isn't that a little bit of trauma? When you don't get closure, you were right, you've been proven right. Isn't that a little bit of trauma that you probably think that they will never say to you, we're sorry, you were right?
Oh, they'll never say that. I would never hear that out of their mouth. And like this has been a thing like I've noticed in my family, like whatever side, whoever was related to me, like my whole life. The one thing that they never say is I'm sorry. And I notice that's what I say a lot. Like I'm always like apologizing, like, oh, I'm sorry about this, oh, I'm sorry about that. Like I'm over apologetic and they're like not apologetic at all. And so I think, again, it just comes down to the fact that a 17-year-old at the time told people in their 50s, like, what was going to happen and like, listen up, do your research. And apparently it wasn't enough for them. And so I do hope that I do get close with my family again someday. I mean, it really sucks not to have family. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of coming down to like, where is your real family? And maybe that's just not them right now. So I do hope in the future I see them. I do hope in the future that we could get close again. I just, I'd rather hear the realness and them being like, you know what, maybe I messed up. Because honestly, if I messed up and I was wrong about all of this, I would have admitted it too. But some people just aren't built like that. So
Mm-hmm. It just feels like there's a lot of unresolved trauma that you're carrying around. And the reason why I say that is because I have a lot of unresolved trauma. And it kind of eats away at you. It really does. Tell me about your cousins, because obviously you had your aunts and uncles, cousins. They took the college route. They were very much just like all of my family. Literally, they all have multiple degrees. My sister's got married to two rich guys. My brothers are doing really well, etc. I was a problem child, and I was the one who was expected to fail.
yep.
But I didn't. I like to prove people wrong. But with your cousins, did they go down the college route in the end, and how have they turned out? Was it worth it for them?
That's so funny. I don't know if even matters to them, which is wild to me. Out of four of them, one is using their college degree. She's a vet, so she's actually using her degree. And then my older cousin, no, he ended up working for his parents. And then the two younger ones, one is like, I don't even know what he's doing. He's not really working. I guess he's like, I don't even know. That's a long story. And then the other one is working. He actually used his degree. He's an engineer. For right now, he's using his degree. So we'll see how long. But I do root for them. Like I think, ultimately they like I wish success for all of them, whether they're working for mommy and daddy or not. But yeah, I think 2 out of the 4 are using their degrees. And like I really do hope like that they go ahead and make it. Like I want them to like be rich and continue to be rich and make money. So good for them. But yeah, I just feel like at the end of the day, it's just kind of like they're pushing the time back until they actually have to do something. So I root for them ultimately, though. I really do love my cousins, and I grew up with them. And although they didn't see my vision, none of my cousins believed in me, not one.
Mm.
One of them did admit they were wrong. They were talking to, someone that worked at my high school that always watched out for me. And one of my cousins said to him, "You know what? Like my family gave Randy a lot of shit." Oh, sorry, I wasn't allowed to say that word. My like our family really gave
It's
Randy
true
like,
though, they did.
yeah, no, they
Can't use a
did.
different word.
And he said he genuinely told this guy, like, yeah, we weren't right about that. And so
Mm,
he's never said that to my face, but he said it to somebody else who told me. So, you know, it's just like I really wish my cousin would have said it to my face.
mm.
But bottom line, I know he acknowledges it. And I know that if he's acknowledging it, the rest of them are too. And so like I said, I genuinely love my family. It just sucks the way everything went down with them, to be honest.
Just quickly, some other people have entered the chat. We've got Crypto Crow. Absolutely love Crypto Crow. He might be 7 foot, but I'm so overprotective of Crypto Crow. We've got Julie in the chat. We've got JR in the chat. We've got ES in the chat. And plenty of other people. And I completely forget. Oh my God, my brain is just not with me today. We've got Gary Littlemore in the chat as well. I don't think we've got Wix. Wife is probably going to be joining soon as well, hopefully. We've got Shubby. And yeah, quite a few other people in the chat. Lovely. Just so you know, next week we'll be having the interview with David Tech. David Tech has over 1 million. He's got 1.5 million UK YouTube subs. He does trading bots. And I don't know if you've looked into, Randy, if you've looked into trading bots. It's the next thing that I'm going to do. So I've got my Bitcoin investment bag, the one that I'm not going to
Ooh,
sell, which is the one that I'm going to pass on to my great grandchildren. Then I've got
love
my
it.
Bitcoin bag, which is for me. But now I'm looking into going down the route of trading bots alongside going down the route of mining. Is that something that you're interested in?
Trading bots I haven't gotten into. I guess I could do more research on it. I'm just kind of like more conservative in the fact that like I don't really trade as much as I just like DCA and hold because statistically if you DCA and hold you'll probably do better than trading. I
Mhm.
do think if I did trade I probably would be like okay, but I feel like once you put your money where your mouth is, like you automatically jinx yourself. And so like I feel like my TA is pretty spot on the channel, but if I put my money there, then I'm just gonna mess it all up. Like, you know what I mean? So I should probably get over that fear. I should probably do like live trading to hold myself accountable. But we'll
Mhm.
see.
Mhm. Okay, so just very quickly, can everybody put a 1 in the chat if they think that they are the black sheep of the family, and a 2 in the chat if they're accepted? So I just want to see what's happening in the chat as well, because with some of the comments that have come in, oh, and welcome Ian as well. ES has just put a 1 in. He's put on quite a few ones. Oh my God, Crypto Crow, he's a black sheep. Oh, bless him. Oh,
We love
yes.
Crypto Crow.
We
I love
really love
him.
Crypto Crow, we really do. And welcome to Backup Kid as well. And Paper Planes and Fear Earth Cryptocurrency Man. Um, oh, Bullduck. There's quite a few black sheep. What did Wix just say? 1 second. I need to get new glasses. But I just never have time. I ain't the black sheep. The family's the black sheep. Oh my God.
Exactly, Wick.
Oh
Exactly.
my
See, that's
gosh.
the attitude. I
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
the attitude. So Randy, well done for everything that you've done. I can't believe how difficult your life has been. Like literally, you are still so young. Are you like 23 or something, aren't you?
I'm 22. I'm 22.
Even younger. Oh, bless you. Um, Let's have a look. My family is never put up ES's things. One to my big family cousins, all that, but two to my immediate. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes it does. I know with Lauren, both her mum and dad are into crypto as
Oh, that's
well.
awesome. I
I
love that.
know. And
Good
then
for
also
her.
Wick and Wick's wife, the first lady and husband, or first man couple in what's its name, crypto. Um, you know, they're both into it, but I don't really know many people whose partners are involved. After we have Dave Tech's interview next week, I'm actually going to be doing a series, maybe about 3 or 4 of these live streams. Randy, do you have to go? I don't want to hold you if you're hungry.
I could do 5 more minutes. I could do five more
Okay,
minutes
yeah,
if you have
yeah.
something else you want
We'll
to bring
only
up.
do another 5 minutes because I've got to go as well. Got to go back to work. Okay, awesome. So, Randy, after everything that's happened to you, I suppose there's nothing that will turn you away from cryptocurrency.
Oh, absolutely not. You're probably gonna have to kill me first. Like, there's no way I'm leaving this space. I mean, this is my foundation. I mean, I wake up motivated because I'm in crypto. I wake up motivated because I have a family that I hang out with every single day online. And so I absolutely love what I'm doing here. I'm absolutely blessed to have my job and do what I do every single day. And to make content and to share my feelings and rant on the internet and like yell into my microphone into the camera and like people listen to it, like it's crazy. So I absolutely have so much love for every single person that's here, every single person that supports Crypto Princess, and every other creator in crypto, because we're all people just trying to make it and provide you with the best news and information so that way we can change the world together. At the end of the day, this is a community effort and all of our energy will amount to something huge, and it already is. Look at where Bitcoin's at. 16 years, we're over $100,000. Like, we are just getting after it. And so I believe in the revolution. I believe in the change, and I believe in helping people. And I believe crypto is going to get us there. And I hope to be part of the reason that we have that mainstream adoption and that energy built up.
So, Randy, you're still quite young. You're still, well, you're not married at the moment. What would
No.
you do if your future husband, you fell in love, your future husband wasn't in crypto and he didn't want you to continue?
Oh, we would have found that out on the first date and I would have left. So
You would
yeah,
have
there's
been
no.
out on the first date.
Oh, absolutely not. I would have been like, "You're a pleb." I would probably play the Michael Saylor remix, like fiat currency, like have fun staying poor or something. What's the Michael Saylor thing where he's like, people who save in fiat, we call them poor. So I would probably put on like that remix and like walk out the door and be like, "Yeah, fiat currency saving in fiat, we call them poor." Yeah, I'll be like, "Have fun staying poor," and I'll leave.
Mhm. So on the channel, we've had quite a lot of people on the channel. We've done obviously your crypto story. A couple of people who do stand out is Brandon Keys. I was actually talking to him today. He runs Green Candle. Do you know Green Candle? It's more of a Bitcoin maxi. What's its name? Bitcoin Maxi YouTube channel. In
Ooh.
2020, he put literally all of his life savings, everything he has had, into the March 2020 dump. And he had a girlfriend at the time. Obviously, he loved her at the time very, very much. And she was crying, and she was literally begging him not to do it. Why are you you're throwing away our future, blah, 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 blah. She didn't last, but his crypto did. It's
Oh
quite
yeah.
difficult, isn't it? Especially with a lot of men. And I do know, because I'm female as well, and I was married, we know how to manipulate men. We know to cry, to beg, and they can't say no, can they? So what advice would you give to men who have a female partner who doesn't really like crypto? Because a lot of people are already married or they're already in relationships.
Yeah, I would just say, like, and try to educate them, try to like do a Bitcoin transaction with them, like, have her open a wallet, scan the QR code, send her money. And like, it could be 10, $15, but like you send money to someone and they see it in front of them. They're like, oh, that works. So I would try just the physical interaction first. And then, if she doesn't support you and she doesn't support your dreams, and she's not the one to begin with, and any person that you're in a relationship with should support you 100%. And if they don't, then like don't even start that. Like don't even get your heart involved at that point. No, no, no.
We've got a lot of people in the chat, Randy. They absolutely love you. Oh my God, it's such an amazing community. And I do think that the community does give us a lot of love, especially your community. I'm always in your live streams. You have the same people, you have new people all the time. Blessing. Oh my God, ES, did you really write that? Can somebody delete that? This is like a PG channel. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Yeah, I mean, he's thrown me off now. He really has. And so your community have obviously supported you a lot more than your actual family. They're here right now. What would you like to say to them?
Love y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And you make my dreams come true every single day. So thank you. Appreciate you.
Well, this is
Let's
the
get
thing.
after it.
Yay. Oh, I can't do it now. There you go. This is the thing. I think a lot of people don't know what people are going through behind the scenes. And that's why we should always treat people like we want to be treated. Like last year was the worst year in my life, like my adult life. Because obviously,
Me too.
yeah. You too. Did you just say that?
Oh yeah. I moved down here not January, July of last year. And from July until pretty much now, it's been really hard. Like a lot of transitions, a lot of people coming and going, and just a lot of heartbreak. Especially when it comes to family too, which I can't really. I told people I wouldn't talk about on the internet. But just a lot of heartbreak, and I saw a lot of true colors. True, I saw a lot of true colors, and I just I decide like I need to take myself out of bad situations. And so I'm not just, going willy nilly anymore. I'm aligned and I'm trying to put my energy in the right place. And I'm trying to, just do the right thing for myself and to kind of, what my biggest fault is that a lot of people tell me is that like, people mistake my kindness for weakness. They also take advantage of me, and like not business wise, no one could take advantage of me business wise, but personally, people that I'm close with, they kind of like get to me and try to manipulate me, and I just said like I can't do this anymore. And so I'm just taking myself out of bad situations, trying to put myself first, and like my mental health first and my physical health first. So that's why over the past year you guys have seen just like this transformation of just like my mental, trying to get like a lot better, and also physically, like putting myself in the gym and trying to get my mind moving and my body right, and like just all of that. So yeah, I just think that that's really the way, honestly. And so I just try to do the right thing by people all the time, and then people just try to not do the right thing by me. And I'm trying to stop giving as much when people aren't really like helping me in any way, and probably doing some things that are detrimental to me. So we're moving on from all that. But a lot of lessons learned, gratefully, though. Everything happens for a reason. And the way everything has happened in the past year, it was all meant to happen to get me to where I'm at right now. So at least I can acknowledge that.
I know Crypto Crow had a difficult time last year as well. I don't literally know everyone's story. I was speaking to Jason Casper as well. Last year for
Love him.
Was literally the worst year in his life. So we've got the bull run now. We've got a lot to look forward to. Hopefully the next couple of months will be absolutely amazing for us. You probably are going to make generational wealth because you're in this space.
I hope so.
And all the rest of it. You will have hopefully a husband who is very much into Bitcoin, altcoins, the technology behind cryptocurrency, blockchain technology. And to be fair, my ex he did not support me in crypto whatsoever. In fact, he was pretty much against it. And then obviously being Muslim and Asian and living in two different cultures, there was a time that I had to obey him. There was obviously because we're a bit different, like Us lot,
Mm,
like our women are a bit different. But I'm so glad I got rid of him because
I agree.
yeah, so instead I've got crypto, which is pretty much amazing. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna leave it here because obviously I'm worried Randy might faint on me.
I'm not gonna faint.
Because
Don't worry.
I know what's going on behind the scenes. Bless you. So yeah, next week David Tech will be on, and the week after that, maybe for about 2 weeks, we will talk more about crypto and family. It is a dark side of crypto that nobody talks about, and I do think that a lot of men, because a man literally is the head of the household, whether we're into feminism. I'm not. I don't like feminism. I don't really like feminism. I'm all for equality in certain things, but I'm not a
I
feminist.
agree,
Yeah,
100%.
I'm not a feminist. A man is the leader of a house, and most of the people in the chat are males. But saying that, women really do know how to manipulate men. I'm not going to deny it. We know how to cry, we know how to beg, we know how to get everything that we want from a man. So it's really, really very, very difficult for men to be in crypto when you have a partner that's not supportive. I'm just going to go down the chat one more time. You guys talk too much. Oh my god, 420 is in the chat. Hello 420, I hope you're well. Oh, and AY, or we call him AK, he's in the chat as well. Just so everybody knows, I've taken on a new series on Fridays with Crypto Millie, AYOKG, and a couple of other YouTubers. So from now on, I'm going to be on your screens 3 times a week, minimum, because I might be starting something else soon as well. Oh gosh. Yeah, I really have to be careful when I'm going past ES's. He's a friendly Tom. Oh, and we've got Tom in the chat. Sorry, Tim in the chat. Sorry, I do beg your pardon. Okay, bless you. Okay, awesome. That's pretty much the chat done. I've literally come down to the bottom. I don't know if when you go in and you see how many people have posted, I normally get like 1,000. You probably get much more than that in a show.
Sometimes,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know.
No, it gets crazy in there, and I try to get everyone's comments, but that's why we have the after show in Discord, so that way, like, anyone who wants to say something could go and say something freely. But yeah, no, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you everyone in the chat for being here. Please smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and share, and give her love every single day, every day. So yay, love, woohoo!
Yay! And we've got Andrew joining. So welcome to you as well. So yeah, just very quickly, on Thursday, we've got Taco. Do you know who Taco is?
No.
Okay, well, we've got his crypto story coming out. He has a fantastic crypto story. He had a paper wallet that he washed with alongside his. They call it pants, but we call it trousers.
Oh my
Um,
word.
yeah, and guess how much was on that wallet?
I don't even want to know.
14,000 Bitcoin. He literally could have bought Dubai. I know.
Oh my word. That's actually just like that is horrible. I'm so sorry, bro. I will tune in for that because I need to hear what happened
Oh my
there.
god!
That
And then
is ridiculous.
we had what's his name? NFT Demon on last week, and I think he actually lost even more Bitcoin. The amount of Bitcoin us lot are losing, and I've lost 0.3 Bitcoin, which is not a huge amount, but the amount of Bitcoin that we're losing is incredible. Anyway, thank you so much for everyone who's joined the stream today. Thank you so much for Randy for coming on, and we'll see Dave Tech next week. And yeah, and we'll start to have these conversations about family as well, because we do need to talk about them. Awesome, that's brilliant. And I'll see you on Thursday and then Friday this week. And Randy, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, tune in everyone. 9:45 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. The Daily Zest everywhere that you find a live stream. Woohoo! Follow Crypto Princess. Bye everyone. Smash the likes, please.
Bye.
Bye.